Kumiko and the Dragon by Briony Stewart. Chapter 2. It is morning and the sun is shining off the blue tiles on our roof. The dragon has gone. I slowly creep towards the window, right up to the glass, and then I look out, like I do, just to make sure. There is nothing but the misty morning outside. There is a terrible feeling in my stomach, like taiko drums beating a wild dance. What can I possibly write to a ferocious dragon? I think about this as I go down the stairs. I ponder it over breakfast. I consider it fully while doing my chores. And when I am supposed to be doing my schoolwork, all that fills my head is, "Oh, am I to be eaten for sure?" When I get home from school, Mother is with Arasu in the kitchen. "Hello," I say, then hurry to sit down. Mother frowns. "What's wrong with you, Kumiko? You look very pale. Are you feeling ill?" I shake my head. "Perhaps you should go to your room and lie down." "No," I shout, almost tipping over a bowl of loquats. "I'm fine." "All right," says Mother, still frowning as she returns to cutting up fish. Beyond the kitchen window, the sky is turning the colour of melons in summer, or perhaps it is the horrible orange fire of dragons getting closer. I look at the sky and at my school bag under the table in turn. I have to do it now, or I may never bring myself to do it. Pulling my school book from my bag, I neatly tear out a page. The words form themselves in black across the paper. To the Honourable Dragon. No sitting on this roof, please. It is firm but polite, and straight to the point, but not too hurried. Surely this is the best I can do. When Mother turns to the stove and throws the fish into the pan, I dig my fingers into the sticky rice to make my letter sticky. I run out of the kitchen and creep up the stairs. As the first star appears in the sky, I press the letter onto my bedroom window. Back in the kitchen, Mother sees me staring sadly at sticky hands. "Kumiko?" "Yes?" "Go and wash those before dinner, please." By the time dinner is finished, the sky has emptied of the sun and the moon is hanging feebly like a paper lantern in the dark. Mother decides it is time for bed. My feet decide they will not move off the tatami floor. "I cannot go to bed, Mother," I tell her with tears in my eyes. Mother sits beside me, her expression a mixture of anger and confusion. "Kumiko, why must there always be something? I remember when you were afraid of dogs, afraid of your teacher, Mr. Takahashi, and afraid of mice. Mice of all things. And now you are afraid of the dark. This is silly. I want you to go to bed without another word. Maybe it won't be today, maybe it won't be tomorrow, but one day you will realise that there is nothing in your room to be afraid of." I want to tell Mother that she is wrong. I want her to be terrified of my dragon too, but I know she will think I am making up stories. I just look at her and hope that she is terribly sad and sorry when I have been eaten by a dragon. I do not say goodnight to Mother or even give her a hug. I just go up to my room as she told me to, without another word. I tread slowly, letting my feet feel for the last time the loveliness of each wooden step. In my room, I stand for a moment looking at the letter I'd written. I could remove it, I think. I could just take it off right now. But as much as I long to do such a thing, I know that there is nothing worse than being afraid forever. The dragon appears past the paper moon, coming directly towards my window. I jump into bed just before he lands, and even though I desperately want to hide, I can't help but watch. He lands in silence, with his tail lashing the air like a ribbon. He snorts. He turns. He looks right at my letter. Smoke rises out of his nostrils like incense. He seems to be reading. He looks at me. "Oh no!" He reads the letter again. Just as I have been dreading, he opens his mouth. I see knife rows of teeth before he suddenly blows fire at my letter, which shrivels up like dry tea leaves and blows away in the wind. He must be offended. Still looking at me, the dragon opens his mouth again, and then he speaks, the sound of stones rolling.
You wrote this?
I considered shaking my head, but a nod comes out instead.
You are afraid of me?
A silly question, I think, sweating. Who would not be afraid of a dragon? I make no response.
You should not be afraid of me,
he says.
Don't you know why I am here?
I relax my grip on the bedsheets a little and shake my head. He doesn't seem to be angry. He scratches his head as if confused.
You really do not know why I have been sitting here outside your window every night since you were born?
I shake my head again. I had not known it had been that long, but this is not a happy thought.
Come here,
says the dragon. He steps back from the window a little.
I won't hurt you.
Inside, my heart is jumping about like a fish that has just been caught. Something strange is happening. The dragon seems to think I should know why he is sitting out there on the roof. Perhaps it is a trick to get me closer to his sharp teeth. Perhaps he will eat me after all. But strangely, I do not think so. There is a knot in my belly, but it hasn't come undone. His eyes do not seem to be lying to me. I lower the bed covers and step with shaking legs towards the window without taking my eyes off it for a second. The window latch is cold, but I keep my fingers there for a long time, looking at the dragon looking at me. I slide the latch open. Behind me, the curtains rush to meet the wind outside. They flap about my face as I lower myself onto the roof.
Now,
says the dragon quietly,
carefully look down and tell me what you see.
I hold onto one of the flapping curtains and edge across the tiles. I look down like the dragon says, and I gasp so deeply that I almost lose my balance on the roof. What does this mean? Down below, near the closed shutters of Arasu's bedroom, is another dragon. It is a fat blue one, smooth and round like a great balloon. He looks sleepy as he wheezes smoke out of his fat nose. He does not look as terrifying as my dragon, but still, there are 2 dragons at my house, 2 of them, and I've been spending my time being afraid of only one. I hurry back inside my room and, with all the strength I have before I cry, I say to the dragon, "Why are you here?" He smiles at me and he winks at me, and then he says,
To look after you and Arasu. We are your guardian dragons.